Both players appear well prepared for this Ruy Lopez Murphy defends Arkhangelsk variation in Fide Women's Grand Prix to lakhs 2425 Austria round 6, leading to an exciting battle ahead. On e4. On e5. Knight f3. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight c6. Bishop b5. On a6. Threatening pawn takes b5. Bishop a4 played by Muzychuk. Knight f6. King castled kingside. Muzychuk is aiming to play. Bishop takes c6. Pawn takes c6. Knight takes e5 and seizes the initiative. On b5 played by Zhu. Threatening pawn takes a4. Bishop b3 played by Muzychuk. This position is typical of Ruy Lopez Murphy defense Arkhangelsk variation. Bishop b7. On d3. Bishop c5. On a4. King castled kingside. Bishop g5. Muzychuk's idea is to play knight c3. Pawn h6. Pawn takes b5. Pawn takes b5. Rook takes a8. Bishop takes a8. Bishop takes f6. Queen takes f6. Knight takes b5 and take decisive advantage. On h6 played by Zhu. Threatening pawn takes g5. Bishop h4 played by Muzychuk. Bishop e7. Rook e1. On d6. Knight bd2. Knight d7. Zhu wants to play. Bishop takes h4. Pawn takes b5. Pawn takes b5 and take decisive advantage. Bishop takes e7 played by Muzychuk. Knight takes e7. On c3. Rook e8. On d4. On c5. Knight f1. Queen c7. It is novelty move. Knight g3. Knight f6. Bishop c2. Knight g6. On b4. Pawn takes d4. Pawn takes d4. Pawn takes b4. Pawn takes b5. Pawn takes b5. Rook b1. Rook ac8. Zhu is looking to play. Queen takes c2. Queen takes c2. Rook takes c2 and establish a winning position. Bishop d3 played by Muzychuk. Knight f4. Bishop takes b5. Bishop takes e4. Knight takes e4. Rook takes e4. Rook takes b4. Rook takes e1 check. Queen takes e1. Queen c2. Bishop f1. Knight 6 d5. Threatening knight takes b4. Rook b7 played by Muzychuk. Queen f5. Zhu is preparing to play. Knight takes g2. Bishop takes g2. Knight f4. Rook e7. Knight takes g2 and put immense pressure on the opponent. On g3 played by Muzychuk. Knight e6. Threatening queen takes f3. Bishop g2 played by Muzychuk. Knight df4. Rook b1. Knight takes g2. King takes g2. Knight f4 check. King g1. Knight h3 check. King g2. Rook c to take a moment to spot the best move for Muzychuk. Knight d2 is a strong choice, since knight g5. On h4. Rook takes d2. Rook b8 check. King h7. Pawn takes g5. Still Muzychuk is losing. Let's go to the main game. Rook c2. Queen e8 check could cost the game. Played by Muzychuk. King h7. Rook f1. Take a moment to spot the best move for Zhu. Pawn g5 is the correct move because knight h4. Pawn takes h4. Queen e3. Knight g5. Pawn takes h4. Queen g4 check. Zhu have small advantage. Let's explore the main line. Zhu is aiming to play rook takes f2 check. King h1. Queen takes f3 mate and seize the initiative. Rook f1 played by Muzychuk. Knight f4 check. Take a moment to spot the best move for Muzychuk. Pawn takes f4 is best move here because Queen g4 check. King h1. Queen takes f3 check. King g1. Queen takes f4. Queen e3. Still Muzychuk is losing. Let's analyze the main line. Knight f4 check. Slightly worse move played by Zhu. King g1. Slightly worse move played by Muzychuk. Knight h3 check. King g2. Think carefully what is the best move for Zhu. Pawn g5 is the right idea because knight h4. Pawn takes h4. Queen e3. Knight g5. Pawn takes h4. Queen g4 check. Zhu have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main line. King g2. Knight f4 check. Stop here and find the strongest move for Muzychuk. Pawn takes f4 is the correct move because Queen g4 check. King h1. Queen takes f3 check. King g1. Queen takes f4. Queen e3. Still Muzychuk is losing. Let's proceed to the main game. Knight f4 check is not the best move played by Zhu. King g1. Stop here and find the strongest move for Zhu. Knight h3 check is best move here because King g2. Pawn g5. Knight h4. Pawn takes h4. Queen e3. Knight g5. Zhu have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main game. King g1. Slightly worse move played by Muzychuk. Rook e2. Slightly worse move played by Zhu. Queen c6. Stop here and find the strongest move for Zhu. Knight h3 check is best move here because King g2. Pawn g5. Knight e5. Pawn takes e5. Queen f3. Queen takes f3 check. Zhu have small advantage. Let's analyze the main line. Queen c6. Pawn d5. Pause the video and find the best move for Muzychuk. Knight h4 is best move here because Queen h3, Queen c3, Rook e4, Rook e1, Rook e2, Rook a1 position is equal. Let's go to the main game. Pawn d5 severely weakens the position. Played by Zhu. Queen c3 is an inaccurate played by Muzychuk. Knight h3 check. King g2. Pawn g5. Knight e1 time to think, find the best continuation for Zhu. Queen e4 check is the correct move because Queen f3. Pawn g4. Queen takes e4 check. Pawn takes e4. Pawn d5. Rook d2. Zhu have small advantage. Let's explore the main line. Knight e1. Pawn g4 is not the best move played by Zhu. Zhu might go for Rook takes f2 check. Rook takes f2. Queen takes f2 check. King h1. Queen f1 mate and dominate the board. Queen d3 played by Muzychuk. Queen e4 check. Queen takes e4 check. Pawn takes e4. King h1. Knight takes f2 check. King g1. Knight h3 check. King h1. Knight g5. Knight g2. Knight f3. Rook d1. King g7. Zhu might go for Rook f2. Rook e1. Pawn e3. Pawn h3. Pawn e2. Pawn takes g4. Rook f1 check. Rook takes f1. Pawn promotes to queen at ex f1 mate and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn d5 played by Muzychuk. King f8. Zhu is aiming to play King e7. Rook a1. Rook d2. Pawn d6 check. King takes d6. Rook a6 check. King c5 and dominate the board. Pawn d6 played by Muzychuk. Muzychuk's idea is to play Pawn d7. King g7. Pawn promotes to queen at d8 and establish a winning position. King e8 played by Zhu. Zhu intends to play Rook a2. Pawn d7 check. King d8. Rook b1. King takes d7 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook a1 played by Muzychuk. Rook d2. Zhu secured the win in style.